Have you ever felt that holiness is too high for you? That becoming a saint is impossible because your life is too ordinary, your days too small, your strength too weak? Saint Therese of the Child Jesus felt that same struggle within her. But she discovered a path, a secret that changed everything. She said, "Holiness consists simply in doing God's will and being just what He wants us to be." Therese realized that greatness is not found in extraordinary deeds, but in loving extraordinarily in the smallest things. This is her little way, not the long staircase of the strong, but the elevator of the little ones, carried in the arms of Jesus. And this is for you. Yes, for you who feel weak, unworthy, incapable. She used to say, "What matters in life is not great deeds, but great love." Perhaps you compare yourself to others and think, "I am not like that saint. I could never do what they did." But Therese responds, "I will seek out a means of getting to heaven by a little way, very short and very straight, a little way that is wholly new, and that way is trust, surrender, and love." Do you feel small? Good. That is exactly where God wants to act. Therese said, "It is trust and nothing but trust that must lead us to love." It is not your strength that carries you to heaven, but God's mercy. It is not the weight of your works, but the weight of His grace. What He asks of you is trust. How many times do you fall and grow discouraged? Therese taught, God is pleased to see you struggle, but He loves you even more when He sees you rise again. Holiness is not never falling, it is never giving up. It is rising each time, believing that God is more merciful than you are sinful. Do you want to be holy? Then begin today. Love in the now, smile when you don't feel like it, pray even when everything feels dry. Offer the small annoyances. She said, "In the heart of the church, I will be love." And that means the soul that loves transforms everything into love, silence, fatigue, routine, even suffering. Many think holiness is built on great feats, but Therese reminds us, to love is to give everything, and to give oneself. Every hidden gesture, every repeated patience, every silent renunciation, all of it is love, rising like incense before heaven. Perhaps your cross seems small, but it weighs on you. Perhaps your daily duty feels exhausting, but that is precisely the place where your sanctity is born. Do not flee the ordinary. Do not despise the common. God is waiting for you there. The little way of Therese is for everyone, for mothers and fathers, workers, students, the elderly, the sick. For you, she loved to say, everything is grace, even suffering, even weakness, even what you do not understand. Everything can become grace if you trust and offer it with love. Have you noticed how the modern world chases after the extraordinary, always seeking brilliance, spectacle, greatness? But the soul who walks the little way does not need applause. A hidden life is already precious in God's eyes. Therese said, "At the evening of life, we shall be judged on love alone. And love is measured not by the size of the deed, but by the intensity with which you give yourself in every moment." Maybe you say, "But I am so weak." That is exactly where your strength lies. Jesus does not demand great actions, but only surrender and gratitude. Your misery is not an obstacle, it is the very place where God pours His mercy. He is not surprised by your weakness. He only asks you to trust, like a child in the Father's arms. That is how Therese lived. Not by trying to be great, but by accepting to be small. And it was precisely this littleness that made her one of the greatest saints of the Church. Her path is total trust, joyful abandonment, hidden offering. Today you are called to live this little way. Do not wait for great opportunities. Love now, trust now, offer now, because heaven opens through the smallest hidden acts. Therese promised, "After my death, I will let fall a shower of roses." And still today, countless people testify to the graces received through her intercession. But the greatest miracle she works is teaching your soul to love in the small things, to trust in the dark, to live everything as grace. Do you fear that you cannot succeed? Remember, God would never inspire me with desires which cannot be realized. So in spite of my littleness, I can hope to be a saint. If He placed in you the desire for holiness, it is because He intends to give you holiness. The same is true for you. Do not complicate holiness. Do not postpone it. Do not imagine it far away. Live the little way, love in the smallest things, trust in the heaviest silence. Offer the tiniest crosses, because truly everything is grace. Saint Therese of the Child Jesus shows us that holiness is not a distant mountain, but a little way that anyone can walk, even you. Today, God is calling you to take the first step. Its size does not matter. What matters is that it is an act of love. And you? Are you willing to trust like a child, to love in secret, to transform everything into grace? Then choose the little way. For in it, every act, every smile, every hidden prayer becomes eternity. Subscribe and discover the beauty of the Catholic faith.